Hi, everybody. I wanted to take a minute to share with you what the volunteers at Super Bowls get. And as you may know, my wife volunteers to work at the Super Bowls as what they call an ambassador. Now, it's nothing fancy to volunteer. They do select you out of a pool of people that do this, and she's been doing this for 8 or 9 years. And it's just kind of a way for her to give back and get involved in some of these events. But I wanted to share with you all the stuff that goes into this. And I'll start by showing you some of the things you get as a volunteer or an ambassador. And this one happens to be in New Orleans. So let me just go through the gadgets you get. So you sign up, and there's about 10 to 12,000 volunteers to put on the Super Bowl. So obviously you get your own little hat here, with everything that goes on. You get a pin to go on that hat. It says, what does it say? Teammate right there. You can't see it yet. Anyhow, you get one of these, which is kind of your pass for everything. It has a QR code, but it's your pass. And in true New Orleans Mardi Gras fashion, it's beads and things like that. Here's another set of beads that they give you with a really cool, you'll see this logo here pop up a lot. And of course, these are kind of the cheap things, the, you know, koozie and, sunglasses and stuff like that. But in New Orleans, of course, you get your keg cup. So it's actually a pretty good cup. But in New Orleans, in the French Quarter, I don't know if you know this, but you can walk around with an open container as long as it's not glass. So you can go in a bar and get a cocktail and walk around the French Quarter. Guess what? They supply you with a cup. Now, as far as their uniforms go, here is I think this is hilarious. It's New Orleans, and it's what, 66 degrees at 8 a.m. Friday. It will go up to 80 plus degrees with a high humidity. But what do they do? Here we go. Long sleeve shirts, all this and with really cool Crew of New Orleans stuff. So here's a long sleeve shirt that volunteers have to wear. And just in case you're cold, here's your matching sweatshirt. So, you see? And what I thought was funny, because my wife has gotten to know these volunteer coordinators pretty well, and with the NFL. And she said, New Orleans, it could be downright cold or it could be in the 80s and 90s. You better have jackets. So, last year in Las Vegas, they got pretty cold out there and they didn't have any jackets. They had to come up with their own. But this year, Paula and a few others raised their hands and said, hey, let's get some jackets. So, what do they give? They give these, which are actually pretty good jackets, fleece lined, you know, this and New Orleans Crew Ambassador, all that kind of stuff. So it is an undertaking just to fulfill this for 10 to 12,000 volunteers. I got some video of them picking it up. But you go and you try on this, make sure you got your right size, and they give you all your credentials and all the, stuff. And that you do on one day. Then you check in to get your assignment where you volunteer and where you'll be stationed and kind of your role. And, the next day, and then you're off to work and you work your shifts. So I will keep you guys posted as to what's going on. I hope to make it down there the next couple of days and show you exactly what the volunteers do and what an event like the Super Bowl really looks like.